Hello, Sensei Cisco here to talk about the Joe. Now a Joe is similar to a bow, only it's going to be shorter. Joe comes to just below the nose or chin level. Bow staves go a little higher. And today we're talking about the Joe because we're going to be going over a simple flow drill, getting you used to the control and motions of the staff and how to coordinate your hands together. I find the shorter Joe to be a little easier to use for tricking and especially learning. As the bow staff is a bit taller, you really need to pull your arms up to keep it from clacking into the ground, and that just throws your whole flow off. First, I'd like to talk about our grip points. Now you'll see on the Joe that I have here, there are some tape markers, one here to the center and one off the side. This is my personal bow. This is actually to keep in some splintering that happened during a training exercise a couple years ago. But the centerpiece is used for learning. If you've ever just picked up a staff, we first want to find the balance point. It's usually right here around the middle. If you can rest 1 to 2 fingers on it without it falling, you're looking pretty sharp. So my black tape is just to help keep that marker, one for training and also so you guys can see it a little easier on the camera how I place. Second, the actual grip itself is going to come around the thumb and forefinger. This is going to be your real control point. This allows you to swing and sway as we move. The other 3 are there simply for support. When you deliver a strike, they'll grip tighter so you can hold, but as you're moving and flowing, we want to keep the 2 in contact. This way it can swing around, you get a little more mobility than twisting. Next, wrist. You are going to want to build up wrist strength here. Now the flow drill itself will help develop this. You're going to feel some real burn in your forearms as you first pick this up. This is normal. As we're rotating, this is going to open up the wrist and use these muscles that you may not be accustomed to in your day-to-day life. But without further ado, let's start talking about the actual twirling and fun stuff. First one, just warming up the arms. For this, I'm going to grab with the right hand and swing it up and down. Palm up, palm down. I'll do this a couple of times, maybe 10, to sort of wake up the muscles getting used to the position. I'm going to switch. When I do, I'm going to come to the middle, so coming my thumb underneath, and I'll go with the left side. Just opening up the wrist a little bit, getting the muscles lubricated and warm. Just like stretching for your exercises in unarmed karate, we want to do the same thing here. Alright, now we'll start waking up the elbow. For this we're going to go into a figure 8. Now the figure 8 comes from the tip. I want you to watch this blue tape marker to kind of show where it's going. As I come down, I'm going to keep my elbow tight to the body, maybe about 1 fist distance away. And I'm going to swing that blue line where my thumb is pointing in a circle around. Sort of dip down and around, dip down and around, dip down and around. You'll notice when I come behind, I'm going to open up those 3 fingers I discussed earlier. This allows the staff to open and roll around the thumb, and then I bring it back, gripping to pull it in. Open, close, open, close. Do this a few times, getting a good swing. Now the pinky side, if I want to stop hard, I'm going to bring it in tight to my shoulder, using my forearm to brace for a downward strike. But if I'd like to pass, angle it slightly, let that back end swing over the elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we'll switch. Now if you want, you can just throw it right over and go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now you may have noticed I did switch my feet here. Typically I'm going to do a one-handed drill. We're going to keep the same hand, same foot. So if I got the left, keep the left. Switch to right, go to right. All right, now let's look at how we can switch this over. As I come across and swing up, when the thumb starts pointing out, this is when I'm going to take the free hand, come under right along the pinky here. Sort of grasping and replacing to push through with the step. Notice it's just like that downward strike. As we come here, that's our replacement motion. We're now replacing with the same side, downward strike, replace, strike, replace, strike, replace, strike. Now I'm going to let it pass my elbow, that way I can continue a smooth swing. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Very good. Now we've got the idea of switching, walking forward, and this can be taken as a line drill, just continuing to sweep, palms up when they meet. Again, this is where that coming in at the pinky, to switch, making sure your center fingers are holding that center line for your balance point. Now let's do two-handed. Now, for the Joe, for a lot of tricking, you're going to have hands parallel, both palms down. And I'm just going to swirl, touch my elbows. This will open up. Motion's just like we did with one wrist, up and down. Now we're doing two. You'll notice the black point is back in the center. It will always be in the middle of whatever grip I have. Single grip, it's in the middle of the hand. Double grip, it's in the middle of both hands. I do have some space apart. Hip width, shoulder width, and get a little roll going. If you can, keep that black spot in the middle of your body. So it's not swinging around, it gets real goofy, you're gonna throw off some of this warm up and your angles. You want it right in the middle. Open fingers, gripped on the first two as we discussed. Very good. Now, we can add to this when we come out. Top hand will press, back hand hugs tight. We'll roll and strike. Roll, strike. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Very good. All right, now let's move it along. We'll give this a little bigger swing. We'll go to that figure 8. For this, I'm going to bring my feet together. This way I can thin my body, just like we did with the 1 foot out. Keeps a nice thin body for your swings. This will keep a nice thin body for your figure 8. Now for this, it's going to work very similar to what we just did. As we come around and go to touch that elbow, we're going to pass across the body. Swing, get that rotation to touch the elbow, but let it dip. Bring around to the elbow and dip. Elbow, dip. Elbow, dip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sounded good. All right, let's go back to the one hand. Now we've got a little bit of flow getting to our sides. We're going to stick with one hand. For this, we're going to look at how we can alternate in the same rotation. So now instead of going up and back, or with the figure 8, now we're going to go in just big windmill, turbine sort of motion. For this, we're going to come around. When our palm comes face up, the second hand comes under, and we roll out from the thumb. So here, only my thumb and first knuckle are gripping the pole. The second thumb comes underneath to grip, and I let it fall into my palm. Bring it around, keep the wrists together. I don't want to reach under. That's going to make me start climbing the stick. Reach under, reach under, reach under, reach under. And now suddenly we're at one end. Didn't quite work the way we wanted. So once again, come around, feed the palm, come around again. Now we're going to pass so our pinkies come together. Little pinch here. The rotation should give you the energy to let that roll up into that second palm. Get a little closer. You can kind of see it just rocking up. If this part gives you some troubles, you can do this as an exercise. Just have both hands feeding one another. Let it rock. Best thing you can do with any weapons training is play with it. Just kind of feel how it is. This should be an extension of your body. And just like we're used to using our hands, we've been using forever, we want to do as much work with this as we can, just making it natural. So from the top, left hand I'm going on bottom, so I'm spinning to the right. Feed the palm, feed the pinky. Pass, pass, grab, pass, pass, grab, pass, pass, grab, pass, pass, grab. Now the pass I'm saying is this pull, passing my fingers. 1, 2 to grab. 1, 2 to grab. 1, 2, grab, 1, 2, grab, 1, 2, grab, 1, 2, grab. With time, you'll be able to speed it up and continue the motion for a nice roll when you're not distracted by talking. Let's go 10 rotations. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 hand grabs. If we want full alterations, we're going to count on every right hand. When this hand grips, that's when we'll count. So let's start it off. Bring it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. You may have noticed there's a point in there. My finger missed. I didn't grab here, I grabbed here. Don't let this freak you out. This is going to happen sometimes. Roll with it. Just like all things martial arts, flow is all we need. Well, not all we need, but it's very important. It's one of the big things. Don't let mistakes trip you up. Don't fret over them. Move past it. It's in the back. Just remember it. Just means you got to practice more. For me, I got to do this a little bit more. I shouldn't have done that. All right. So now that we've got an idea of this switch up, rolling between the hands, now let's bring it around. I'm going to roll behind to my back. For this, as we switch, I'm going to come up, and instead of passing to my first hand, my bottom hand, I'm going to cut across. Bring my thumb out and cut it down. Just like we had for the one-handed figure eight, I'm just doing a figure eight on this side. The hand gets fed, and figure eight. But instead of figuring eight back into the middle, here, I'm going to bring it to my back. Here. Funny thing about your arms, you're not going to rotate more than this. At this point, your arm has finished its rotations. We've got to let go. So we're going to switch hands to do the full circle. So we can come around the body with our spin. Now to do this, to switch up in the back, we'll feed again, the thumb to thumb. I typically like to put my retrieving hand on top. This way I can feed the palm, just kind of letting go. I'm almost throwing it into the second hand. I'll then switch to an upward figure eight to bring it around. Now we haven't discussed that yet. We will soon, so keep watching. Now let's put these all together. Forward roll, figure eight to the back, pass it in, upward figure eight to the front. And there you have it. Now I did say we would discuss that upward figure eight real quick. So just like the downward one-handed, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to do the same thing but reverse. Instead of letting my thumb lead, I'm going to let my pinky lead in the opposite direction. You can also think of this as taking that blue marker and having it cut up the body. Up, 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 up. Keep the body thin. keep the wrist loose, elbow in, and let the pinky roll the work. Practice these and you'll get through that combination, this nice front-back rolling system to feel the weight of the staff and the balance of it. This will then allow you to transfer into multiple strikes and flowing against an opponent, bag, or whatever you're looking to use your staff with. Now this is just our first of several videos we'll be shooting, so keep in touch, hit the like button, subscribe to stay notified, and we'll see you in the next one.